Alright guys, today we're going to delete this whole sound tube section, which starts from this end where we're going to put the inlet tube here. So it starts from here all the way down, follow this hose. You can't really see it, you need some light. It's all the way down there back then, but the only way to remove that is going to be pretty simple. I'll show you once I'm there, is just pulling it off. But we're going to start in the upper section and take off this inlet tube. Only tool you're going to need is a 10mm bolt, a flathead, and a Phillips. So let's loosen up the clamps now to get this removed. So all you gotta do is just pretty much loosen it up. You don't need to take it off all the way completely. And then all you gotta do is just wiggle it. Oh, I forgot this part. This, you just need to pinch it. You could do it with your fingers because these parts aren't that really rusty. Don't mess with this one that I was doing. Leave that alone. Grab the one that's actually connecting that hose with the inlet tube. All you gotta do is just loosen that up with the pliers, pry it open, and you just pull it out. All right, finally got that removed. Had my brother come help me with that. It's a lot easier with two people, so now we could just start moving off the rest. All you gotta do pretty much is just wiggle and pull it out. This clamp, I can see it, so I'm gonna grab that real quick. All right guys, now that we got that removed, before we even delete the whole sound tube section, we're gonna just go ahead, pop in a new air filter we got, K&N brand. It's pretty simple. All you gotta do is just pull those tabs and just pull this filter out. Pretty dirty. It's not K&N, so it's not for us. So now we're gonna get this nice juicy oiled up filter. Pretty wet, as you can see. Same way you pulled it out, you put it back in. Just make sure it's flushed down when you put it in. And that's it, and it should be flushed in, everything's sealed fine. So that's that. That's a quick, easy way to install an air filter. And now we're gonna go ahead and remove the whole entire sound tube. So we're gonna go ahead and just take a section by section. So we're gonna just take this part off. So we're just gonna need a flathead, which is right here. Once it starts to be able to move around on its own, you don't need to loosen it anymore. All you gotta do now is just pull. That easy. All right guys, and now there's two bolts for this section. There's one right here and then one underneath this harness. It's a little hard to get, so you kind of need an extension. It's a 10mm, but you're going to need an extension to get this out. If not, you're gonna fuck up your wire harness. All right, now that I removed these two bolts right here, there's a clip right here that's zip tied around the hose that's holding it down. You could just really just pull it off. And there's another one down here. Let me give you a better angle. Point at it right over here. Now that we got every other part off, and we just go feel around there, and just all you gotta do is just pull lightly. You don't gotta pull. Yeah, you just pull lightly, and it should just come off. There we go. That simple. There you go, and just don't need that shit anymore. What I like to do, guys, after we delete the whole sound tube, we don't need these, but just because I like to just put it back down there and not have ugly holes in the engine bay, I just bolt them back down and just put it in its place. Actually, it is needed, so yeah, we are gonna do that. All right guys, and this is a brand new inlet tube, Perrin brand, so it's pretty good. And now we're gonna go ahead and install it.
You should have probably started from there first.
I guess it's a lot easier starting from the top end, work your way down. Now put this in. There you go. Now we gotta put the clamps on. Okay. All right, now that we got everything all in its place, it's time to seal down the clamps, tighten them up. And also one thing I want to warn you guys about, when you tighten it up in its place, which I'm going to do right here, you gotta make sure you gotta watch out for the timing belt so it doesn't start rubbing on the inlet tube right here. You only need a little bit of space, that's fine. Just make sure it's not touching it. Alright guys, so we got it all done. You do gotta reuse this old clamp right here because the new one doesn't come with it, so just reuse your old one. And yeah, everything's good. New air filter, new turbo, all good. Okay, now we just gotta install this little piece, which is located all the way in the back end, which I showed you to remove the whole sound tube. So you just gotta feel around there. So I'm gonna feel around there first real quick and then put that little end piece in. This piece right here, where we pulled it off, which is all the way in the top, you gotta, there's a clamp, right? I already pinched that out. You gotta make sure you pull this out. And with the sound tube end piece, you're going to have to install that yourself to put it right here. So you do need this piece to be able to fit it in the bottom. It's not gonna go in with just this. So you need this whole little piece off the old sound tube. Alright guys, this is the final look. It looks a lot cleaner, and just imagine all that fucking extra shit that we had down there. All that we just removed, deleted, and all we did was just add this inlet tube and obviously the air filter. So it's a lot more roomy in the engine bay and looks a lot cleaner and nicer. Alright guys, see you in the next one. Peace.